AITAH for telling my friend she's being selfish, and I can no longer support her. My friend, let's call her Andy, broke up with her ex-boyfriend of 11 years. During the last year, she's been online cheating off and on with several different guys, one being my ex. I wasn't close with her ex, so I never overstepped and said anything as they have children, and I felt it wasn't my place. A few months before she ended things, she'd met someone online and they formed a relationship. Her and her ex break up. At this time, I'm supporting her, not for the cheating, but I'm supporting her happiness. Her new guy, let's call him Robert, decided he wanted to meet in person and visit. I had my opinions like meet somewhere public and importantly tell the ex that Robert will be spending 2 weeks staying with her and hers and ex's 3 kids. She disagrees, saying ex will only cut her off as he'd stated if she moved on, he'd stop paying for everything. He was paying rent, utilities, food, and everything else, as she still had his debit card to use freely. She doesn't want to go back to work. About a week before Robert was to fly in, she tells the ex and surprise. He cuts her off and tells her to file for S.O.C.K.S so he can still support the kids, just not her. She's a mess, and Robert steps in and helps by sending some money. Robert shows up. She does meet him semi-public as she picked him up from the airport in what I can only describe as lingerie. I know this because being a good friend, I picked her kids up from school and got the full view. The 2 weeks go by, and I don't really spend much time around her and Robert, but I assume everything is great since I got a call saying that they got married. This is where I start noticing the issues. Or rather, more issues. It started with her begging Robert for $200 for personal money and dumping her kids with me on our planned playdate for 3-5 hours. During this time, her 18-year-old is screaming because he has separation anxiety and I can't calm him. Her response, he needs a nap. Also, her 8-year-old is asking for her and just wants home, as he's had a bad day at school, so I'm comforting him while her 6-year-old is making my 4-year-old cry, something to do with beetles and teeth. I told her all this, and she refused to come back right away. To add for context, I have 6 kids, all young, so I'm doing battle with 9 kids and losing. Hard. She finally picks her kids up while on the phone and doesn't say a word to me before leaving. Other issues popped up, like her planning on moving to be with Robert and not telling the ex she's leaving with the kids. She will be moving from the Midwest to Hawaii, so it's not just a car ride away. She's became mad at me for saying things like ex has the right to know and ex has the right to fight for his kids. I've also tried telling her that she needs to think about her kids and what the move will do to them. She won't listen. Nobody even knows she's married yet. She's keeping that secret for after she moves. Today was the last straw when she told me I was helping her pack. I would if she asked, not told, and that I was taking her, Robert, and 3 kids to the airport when the time comes, as she couldn't leave her car there. So AITAH for telling her that I'm no longer going to support her and her move, because she's being selfish, only thinking herself. Not her kids, not her ex, and not even me, her best friend. I told her that I'm happy for her, but I'm not going to continue to be a part of her journey. Edit to add. Her new husband is in the military, so that's why it's a big move. He's currently in Hawaii, and the reason for the fast marriage. Also, I do have plans to tell the ex if she doesn't come clean, as I do believe he has a right to know and to be able to fight for the kids. He's never been the best parent, and she always was the main parent and did all the housework. It's part of why they drifted apart, but he loves his kids and does provide for them. Since my last post, it's been a little hectic in my life, so I hadn't had time to update. I did tell Andy, fake name, that she needed to tell her ex sooner than later. Again, she shot me down over and over again, bringing up her waiting until after Christmas to tell him. I went into my whole speech bringing all my previous points to her, it not being fair on the kids, on her ex, that it's basically kidnapping if she doesn't tell him at all, that ex could file to keep the kids here and prevent the move, and basically she'll fuck herself in court if she does this. She finally told him, via text I may add, telling him she needed to talk. He guessed at her moving and her being married. She owned up to moving, but still keeping the marriage secret, but that's her business. I only cared about the kids. She told him about the move, and so far it looks like he's just going to let her leave. No fight. I don't know what's going on his side, but he hasn't been a saint since their separation, seeing the kids less and being late on child support payments along with other stuff. But he knows now, and it's his choice in if he wants to stop her. I don't think there's anything else for me to do now. So I've kept to my original stance of just keeping away for now and not getting sucked into her drama.
Okay, so I don't think she's the asshole in this case. She's the friend who's trying to do right by the friend. She's trying to do right by the friend. She's trying to, keep the peace. despite the dad kind of mostly being hands off outside of child support, but then later on they mention he's late on child support, which okay, I mean, I get it, things happen, and we got no context on that side of the story, so I can't even say how much of a dick the guy is entirely. The new husband, he's he's doing his thing. They fell in love, sure, but the girl has to this friend of hers. She has to kind of adult up, be a little bit more mature. I don't know what all she's waiting for because the friend is right. If she moves to Hawaii, and all of a sudden the husband wants to fight that in court, take chase the kids, wants to fight that in court. That's gonna that's gonna be a doozy.
I agree, but I see it from a different perspective. All right. So I just need to know what individual should I address first? The military
Uh
guy, the wife, or the friend?
you know what? Given your background, let's hit the military.
All right, starting with the military guy. First and foremost, does he know she has 3 kids? Second off, why is he marrying her? It doesn't make sense. Because what it seems like is that she got rid of the kids while she was dating him by leaving it with a friend. And therefore, the kids wasn't important enough in her life to be and meet this guy before they got married and moved in together. All of that doesn't make sense to me. So, wherever that
Yeah,
guy is, that dude's making bad decision after bad decision after bad decision.
that's true. I cringed a little bit. Thanks for bringing that up. I cringed a little bit when she said that she was leaving the kids there. On top of she was leaving the kids there at her house. On top of her own 6 kids.
That was a whole
Yeah,
baseball team.
yeah. You can't. Nah, that's downright disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
It's the truth.
Like I get it if you drop the friends off and be like, hey, I'm gonna have a dinner, a movie with the boyfriend or whatever the case is. Okay, cool. But then your obligation right after that, be like, all right, I gotta get my kids. Not 4, 5, 6 hours down the line, being like, oops, that's not a oops. That's not a oops. And no updates. She didn't even give her an update of like, hey, we're gonna be a little late.
Here's the real crazy part, right?
Yeah.
I never met a parent whose child was having a panic attack and the parent drop everything they do and not go see what's going on. That's just me. I don't know
I know
about
two.
you.
I can name two off the top of my head, but I'm
Are
gonna
they
leave
good
them
parents?
nameless.
And then ask yourself, are they good parents? Yeah.
One is the other one. I
Are
have
we
I
sure
have
about
I
that?
have complaints. Yes, yeah. But the other one, that's debatable. That's very debatable.
Mm-mm. I don't
Like
think.
I'm talking like I've heard stories of this chick going to the club. I'm over here like, oh, where's so and so, and then she's like, oh, she's at the club. Okay, cool. Who's with the kids? Where everybody's like,
Mm-mm.
so yeah. But moving on from that scenario, um, I'm gonna have to say no. She's not the asshole on that one. She's just trying to make sure that the peace is kept. The father is trying to be supportive. Like I said, I don't know what happened to him to not be able to make his child support payments. He doesn't seem to be fighting the move all too much, if at all.
So we're not finished though, because I got questions for
Okay,
her too, right?
okay.
My question is for her, right? Like, where is her significant other, and why does she have 6 kids? Are some of them adopted? Like,
Well, the story is not about this person. We don't. The story is not
it is.
about her.
It is about her and why she is taking on more children instead of like why are you so thoughtful for the children? You know what I mean? Like, what's your
The
background?
best friends. The best friends. But I
I'm best
can't.
friends
I
with a
can't.
lot of people, Kai, and they're no, I'm not. I'm not even gonna tell that lie. I like 2 people on this fucking earth outside of like family members, right? And both of
Yeah.
y'all got kids. And to me, in my mind, right, if y'all would have brought y'all children to me, I'd watch them,
Mhm.
but then I'll cuss you out afterwards.
What if I just need a date night with the wife?
I said I'll watch them, but I'm gonna cuss you out afterwards. Like, what do you want from me?
I'll send you pizza.
Now we're negotiating, right?
See,
See,
but but respectfully, at least that way, the kids are fed. You got your food. You can sit back and do whatever. The kids ain't gonna bother you more than likely.
man, whatever. I hear the kids bother you now, bro. Don't be trying to say shit like that. Kids not gonna bother you, and then you try to throw in the slyest, more than likely. Like I didn't hear that part. Like I'm not gonna lie though. If you make me watch your kids, they'll be running laps until you get back.
I'm okay with that.
They gonna be
Julian got to get in the track anyway.
right. I'm gonna be on the scooter on the track. Run. But nah.
This man could be like Uncle Ruckus.
Just take a stick and trip somebody, Nah, I'm joking. But nah.
But go ahead.
When it comes down to this lady, right? Because you have to understand, there's like you have 6 kids, and now you're taking on 3, and you haven't said nothing about your partner, right? So because of that, I'm assuming that you're single. And if you're single with 6 kids and you're trying to draw up some type of like, I wouldn't say moral compass, right? But for lack of a better term, like, you're trying to help your friend make the right decision, but you need help yourself because that's a number of children that is not easy to handle.
No, my sister has 9 herself, all hers, and
Yeah. And so when you think about that though, right? Why do you have this person around and why is she your friend?
well, that's context you don't have, unfortunately.
But you get what I'm saying though, right? She got 6 and then the other person got 3. So now you got 9 kids in your house and all the kids can be cool or at an age where they can cooperate and not like in terrible twos and stuff like that. All that makes sense. I get all that, right? But why do you have that type of person around you if you know that they're not good? I don't understand. Why don't you just purge her from your life? So, like, based upon what she's doing, no, she's not the asshole, but she might be the idiot.
that's a take right there. I rock with it though. I rock with it. I vibe with that one. Yeah. Yeah, he might not be the asshole, but you're definitely the idiot. Okay. All right. What about Shorty, the other one, the one who's ditching her kids? We already know she's the ass. We already know that she's the asshole.
Yeah. But here's my thing though, right? There are some people in this world who are like gentle with others and destructive to some, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if she's the type of woman who let people dictate how she treats them, right? What I mean by that is like this woman with 6 kids hasn't told her to like stop talking to me like that or kind of like give her that pushback. So because she's always been like this and got comfortable enough around talking to her like this, that this is just their type of dynamic. You know what I
mean? Yeah. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay.
Yeah. And then on top of that, like if she did give her pushback on it, right? Which it's kind of sound like she did it towards the end, right? But at that point, y'all done known each other at least for a couple years at this point to make it make sense. But if you didn't
I think just because it got to a boiling point where they were kind of coming to a head of everything kind of being concluded with the move, not telling the baby daddy, bringing up the court issue, which, mind you, the fact that she even had the audacity to send a text, not an actual phone call, and meet the guy and have that conversation is mind-boggling to me. But I don't know the situation entirely. But he wasn't described as abusive. He was not described as abusive, just not present.
Yeah, but it's hard to be present. Like, let's say your child support is like $3,000 a month because it's 3 kids. type situation. It'd be hard to be president in a situation like that. Like we said,
I
we
mean,
don't know. I
president
don't.
before.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, I'm like
before,
prior to this.
yeah, they never told us why they broke up, but no, she cheated. Remember?
Oh, right. Well, yeah,
They broke
yeah,
up
that's
because
right.
she cheated. Now, why did
Yeah,
she cheat? I don't know, but I still don't think there's a good reason to cheat ever. Like, if you want to be with somebody else, break up with the individual and go be with the other person. There's no
yeah.
point in you sleep behind somebody back. That's a waste of time, waste of effort. Break up.
Monkey branching, monkey branching.
Yeah. That's to me, she's just trying to go to somebody else before she was done with him. And if she couldn't find nobody else, then she would have stuck with him. And to me, I think that's like pitiful. Like
That's
personally,
yeah.
I don't like her personality, right? Do
Mhm.
I think that she's an asshole? I think she's spoiled. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think she lacks
yeah,
discipline. I don't think that her marriage with the military guy is going to last because when you pick, either it's not going to last or she's not going to like it and she's
she's
going to
gonna
end up
find
cheating
something
again.
better. She's gonna find something better, probably. Well, subjectively better. I mean, let
it's
me
not even
clarify.
it's not even going to be a better situation. She's going to try to find somebody else because when you cheat, that's usually what it is. It doesn't matter if
Yeah,
they're better or not. You just want something different. And I think that's what it came down to with her at this situation and at this point is that she's just out here, the woman with 3 children out here trying to find the next thing for whatever reason. And anybody who wants to tell me it's for like her children and stuff like that, I can't really agree with it because from what it sounds like, she never really brought the children along because they was always chilling at the friend's house. And you can't tell me that you don't want to bring your children around this man because you ended up marrying him. So if they're always chilling at her house with the other 6 children, having 9 houses in this household, and I haven't heard nothing about her like she buys food or anything good about it besides she leaves her kids there. They're having anxiety attacks, panic attacks. They're not necessarily bad, but they're just uncomfortable, and the mama's not doing anything about it. That's all I'm really hearing as I'm hearing this story. So you can't tell me that she's a good mom and she's doing it for the children, trying to get a better life for her child. Like that doesn't. It
that's
does.
that's 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 gonna turn into a very deep conversation. That's gonna turn that's gonna turn into a very deep conversation.
Yes, it is. But you know what? I'll say we just end it here. That's my thoughts on
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna say the one telling the story, she's not the asshole, but she is the idiot. I'm gonna agree with taking your notes on that one. But let's get some female perspective on this in the comment section because this one's interesting.
Sounds good to me. All right. This is
All right,
Rogan
that's it.
Kai.
Mm-hmm.
S.O.C.K.S.